I plunk my glass down, rise, and let the liquid courage propel me across the packed room to Mr. Right Now. I'd picked him because of the broad back that was faced toward me, clearly well-muscled, and flowing into a trim waist. That in turn leads to the tightest, most gorgeous ass I've seen in a long time. It only gets better the closer I get, the denim seemingly molded to fit the perfection that is this man's backside. I managed to tear my eyes away long enough to notice that the guy he's chatting with has spotted me and is leaning in to whisper to my target, causing Mr. Nice Ass to turn around. My heart practically leaps out of my chest as electric blue eyes meet mine. I stop a few feet away, literally focusing all my energy on not swooning. Swooning! Oh boy, this guy is trouble. A cat-like grin spreads over my face. I'm definitely in the mood for some trouble. The guy's mouth quirks in an answering, mischievous smile as his eyes slowly trail down my body. He must approve of the breezy, strapless flower print number that hits mid-thigh, because his eyes meet mine again, and he cocks his head invitingly. As if they have a mind of their own, my legs start moving, propelling me toward him. And as I stop next to him, I have to crane my head to look up. He's nearly a foot taller than my 5 feet 3 inches. Oof. Hi, I'm Dakota, I find myself saying, sticking my hand out. Then I'm immediately fighting the urge not to facepalm. Hi, I'm Dakota. Really? Lame. But Nice Ass doesn't seem to mind, his much larger hand closing over mine.
I'm Kade.
The deep voice sends tingles down my spine and drains all thought from my brain. I stand there, dumbly shaking his hand and staring into his eyes as he stares back, the air between us thick with tension.
And I'm Rob.
His friend pipes up sarcastically.
Not that it matters.
I huff indistinctly, meaning to apologize and meet the guy's eye, but I can't seem to tear my gaze from Kade's. After a moment, Rob huffs a laugh and walks away. Kade doesn't seem to notice or care.
Can I buy you a drink, Dakota?
He finally asks. His hand slips from mine, and it gives me the strength to break eye contact, my eyes moving to the massive chest straining against the dark t-shirt he's wearing. I lick my lips and look back up at him. What? I ask dumbly. My mind was so involved in wondering what he looks like under that shirt, I completely forgot what he just asked. A low chuckle meets my ears, and my eyes bounce back up to his. But he's leaned down into my space, and he's much, much closer than I expected him to be. His lips inches from mine. My whole body tenses in the most delicious way.
Or maybe you just want to get out of here,
he asks quietly. Oof, again. I think I'm going to have to, if for nothing else than to get out of these wet panties. The man hasn't spoken 20 words to me or even touched me yet, and I'm ready for this. And the internal voice that would normally warn me off such a skeevy-seeming invitation has been silenced by the sheer attraction between us, by the hurt still roiling in my heart, and by the liquid courage zipping through my veins. I've never had a one-night stand, never had sex with someone whose name I just barely learned. And yet, I nod, unable to bring myself to care whether this is an epically awful decision. His lips pull up on one side, and I feel his hand slide over mine again, but my eyes are still locked on his, as if in a trance. I feel him lift my hand to his mouth. I watch him place a kiss on the back, his lips softly caressing the skin. He leans down even closer, hovering beside my neck. His hot breath on the shell of my ear awakens every nerve in my body. He smells like a mix of expensive aftershave and Band-Aids? The recognition jars me out of my daze just a little. That is, until his voice drags me back under.
Your cabin or mine?
He asks huskily. My skin flushes equally from embarrassment and anticipation. But I'm not going to be a shrinking flower here. I want this. Mine, I say firmly, clamping down on his hand and pulling him toward the door.